Yeah, she gets dumber. This video is brought to you by Being Black and Blue, being the black cop in America under siege. Like and subscribe to this channel, download the podcast, the Being Black and Blue podcast. The Pete Tatum Show podcast on all podcasting platforms. Y'all already know what to do. Let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen, and ladies, these liberal leftist lunatics that can only see the world through the lens of racism and blackity black. Here's a perfect example. Joy Reid. She is the most cringeworthy, insufferable person on the internet, period. I cannot believe she's trying to make this out of a race issue, what's happening in Ukraine and the coverage from the media. I think that there's logical conclusions as to why people care about what's happening in Ukraine, why the United States and the Western world is intervening in this situation. Do I agree with them? I don't have a necessarily a firm opinion on it because I don't know what to believe. Everybody be lying. But let me let you listen to what she said, and then I'm going to diagnose this as falsehood, and I'm going to tell you why. Roll the film.
Okay, let's face it. The world is paying attention because this is happening in Europe. If this was happening anywhere else.
Now, give me an example of where else? Dumb. Where else?
We see the same outpouring of support and compassion. But we don't need to ask ourselves if the international response would be the same if Russia unleashed their horror on a country that wasn't white and largely Christian. Because Russia has already done it in Syria. This is a teachable moment for us in the media. We aren't afraid to call out our own industry. There is a lot of soul searching that we need to do in Western media about why some wars and lives seem to matter more than others.
Okay, dumbest person on planet Earth. Why does everything have to be about race? I want you guys to understand this very clear, basic fact. These people do not have the education to give a valid, reasonable argument about anything. So they divert to racism. We saw it with Whoopi Goldberg. She said that, the Nazis in Germany, the Jews weren't killed. It wasn't about race. I don't know what she thought it was about, but it can't be about race because then that would make the suffering of Jewish people more, or at least equal to more egregious than the suffering of African people who were here during slavery. But she can't live. That's not the lifestyle. That's not the life environment she can accept. Now they go on to Ukraine. Now there is a conflict between NATO, the United States, and Russia. There's a conflict there. So anything Russia does that acts against our best interests, not in favor of their best interests, because we couldn't care less. But anything that acts in conjunction with our best interests or the leverage that we want to have over Russia, we will categorize Russia's aggression as whatever we want it to be so that we can do whatever we want to do to them. That's pretty much what it is. Let's not talk about black and brown community. We invaded Syria. I don't want to say invaded Syria, Afghanistan and Iraq for sure. We had a war waged for 20 plus years. I remember they said weapons of mass destruction, which is a complete lie. We have put our intervening hands into the Ukraine. We've assassinated people. We've done stuff all over the globe. We have no room to really make a judgment call on I can't even think of the name of it. I want to say effectiveness, but that's not the ethics. That's the word I'm looking for. The ethics of what people are indulging in around the world. I think we are probably the most equipped, but we still violate all the time. We violate in our own country. So I don't want to hear none of that mumbo jumbo. But Joy Reid, the dumbest person on TV other than Don Lemon and The View, she has to create a lie. We don't care exclusively because it's Ukraine and Russia. All of that to me is propaganda. They want Putin to look bad. They want Ukraine to look good because we have our current president and his son elbow deep into involvement in Ukraine that they should, at least people should be going to jail over. Biden did a quid pro quo on national TV with the Ukrainian leadership And then his son was over there making money from a company which he couldn't speak the language or had no business experience in, sitting on the board of a company making millions of dollars. Now, we know why we categorize Ukraine as being good and Russia as being bad. It has nothing to do with race. Joy Reid, nobody cares. Like you the only one, you and the other couple people will peddle race no matter what. You would argue that Eminem, that's not a darker complected Eminem, is somehow being mistreated in the Eminem box or whatever. This is what these people do. Don't be tricked or be fooled by Joy Reid and their shenanigans. I don't believe this has anything to do with race as the reason why people are paying more attention to it. I would say most people are stupid, and then you add in that the media has a vested interest in the United States of America to make Putin look bad and Ukraine look good. That's just what it is. I honestly believe that Putin may have a valid reason, according to the way he want to run his country, to do what he's doing in Ukraine. I don't agree with him. I don't support any of what he do or anything else, but I can't come out against him wholeheartedly because I don't know what to believe in the media, you know, and we definitely can't sit on a high horse because we do the same thing around the whole world. Anyway, comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think about Joy Reid. I love you guys. Appreciate to see you on the next one. I'm out.